And then mostly because of herpes simplex 3, which always kind of blew my mind because almost all three of us, I promise you, had herpes simplex 3 and still have it.
Which one is it?
Chickenpox.
Oh, I've never had it. I remember.
Chickenpox is herpes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you just came from chickens.
With herpes, yes.
Yeah. Actually, it's sexually It's when you're
When
sexually,
you're active with a chicken, you get
Damn.
the chicken pox.
Chicken herpes.
I knew I shouldn't have gone on that school field trip.
That's what you were doing in Gatlinburg, if I recall. That was the one. That was
Getting
one
him
of the-
some
I was
chicken
chasing
pox.
some chicks for sure.
Oh hell yeah, dude! That's actually where that terminology comes from.
Getting all up in
Oh,
that
yeah?
cloaca.
Yeah, you try to get chasing some chicks down. You know, it was a very common thing back in the Middle Ages.
For sure.
If you were back in
Imagine like you're a squire of a knight, and like the day finally comes. You turn 16. He comes. He pats you on the shoulder. He's like, "Today you become a man." And you're like, yes, he's gonna take me to the
hell yeah,
whorehouse.
absolutely.
Yes. And then he like you get there, you're going wherever, you're like blindfolded or whatever. It's a surprise.
Chicken coop.
And then you take the blindfold. It's like bark, 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 it's just a chicken coop.
would you do it?
Like whichever one you want, man. Get your pick.
Yeah. Would you realistically? No joke. That happens to you. You're 16-year-old squire. Your knight, the dude you look up to, he is a king to you.
Yeah.
Takes you to chicken. He's like, you become a man today. You know, we all did it.
I guess I'm fucking that chicken.
Yeah. Would you do it?
What, is it more or less likely like if the knight stays to watch?
Ooh.
It's better if he stays to watch. Then you can tell everybody I did it, and he can confirm that I did it. And then I'm like, I am a man. Yes, I have. You know,
But how bad would you
I
feel
jizzed
though?
in the chicken.
How
he
bad
bears false witness.
How bad would you feel though? If it's like after it's done, he was like, I can't believe you did it. Oh my god!
That's what I was gonna ask. I
This
was
is
like,
the test. No one actually does it.
Yeah, that was
Holy shit.
You're the manhood part
Whoa.
standing up for yourself.
welcome to AnythingCast. I'm Patrick,
I'm Eric.
I'm Will.
and I think all of us would fuck the chicken.
We're all too weak-willed.
Chicken fuckers.
We wouldn't stand up to nobody.
chaser? You're a chicken chaser?
I have always loved that fucking shit from
A
Fable.
cloaca combatant.
Ooh,
Your
winged
health
ones.
is low. Do you have any health potions or food?
Close, so close.
A feather fucker.
Hero, your health is low. You have any potions or food? What's that? Oh, he says, watch that.
Watch that.
Watch that. Did you like Fable, Eric?
Yes.
Which ones?
I've only ever really played one.
Okay, well, he's done it.
And,
you did it.
Hey, that's all you
That's
need.
all you need, baby.
I would argue Fable 2 is a lot better if you
I
look
would
back at
argue
it.
it's okay. It's not
You know, in
better.
comparison to 3 and then whatever they
Oh
had
my
them to
God.
connect.
Are you excited for the new Fable?
No.
No?
No, it looks
at all?
awful. It looks awful.
You
You're
think
not a Peter Molynwho fan?
you don't think Peter Molynwho's
Stan?
going to lie to your sweet nothings?
I'll say this. My favorite moment in all of media is the interview between Rock, Paper, Shotgun and Peter Molynwho.
Oh God, the one where he's just lying constantly.
The one where
through
the
his
guy
fucking teeth?
calls him out and he's
Yeah.
like, why do you fucking lie all the
Yeah,
time?
yeah.
And the Peter's like, what?
Well, he's like, oh, well, we had ideas, you know, and then some of these ideas don't work out.
I don't know where that writer is today, but I hope you're doing well.
He's fucking the chicken, dude.
Can we get that right on the podcast, do you
Yeah,
think?
absolutely.
We should look that
Future
like-
Patrick, look him up and send him an email.
Nice.
Yeah, hell yeah. We'll get him on the podcast and be like, you called out Peter Molynwho, you're our hero.
Yeah, now it's time for us to call you out.
Would you rather interview Peter Fuck! Patrick! Cut that out. Peter
Don't cut
Polymath.
it out.
Shut up! Stop! Cut it out, Patrick. Would you rather interview Peter Molynwho or Todd Howard? Stop, Eric!
Maybe Peter, just because I know everything he says is a lie. Todd,
Start over. Eric ruined it. Start over.
Okay.
Stop, Eric!
Do you want to start?
Okay, start now. Stop.
Okay, are we starting over with your question?
No, just answer.
Okay.
Todd Howard or Peter?
Stop it!
Todd Howard?
I'm taking away all your 401k for that. Todd Howard?
Maybe he'll talk about Skyrim again.
He'll say, you see that mountain?
Yeah.
You can fuck that mountain.
You can get a mod to fuck that mountain. I'm
What
not
if
gonna
Todd Howard, what if that's his new thing? He just leans heavily into mods.
What do you mean
He's
that's
like-
his new thing? That's what all of
Yeah,
his
I was about to say,
company
he's
does.
been doing that for
No,
10
but,
years.
Like in the
What are you
way in
talking
which
about?
he's like, all right, here's the beautiful world of Skyrim. And with mods, like he's at E3, like they got the big screen behind him. He's like, and with mods, you can fuck every character. And he just shows off the sex mods.
That would be-
Especially the chickens.
Yeah.
That would be funny. I would argue that's basically what they did with Starfield.
That's basically
Starfield has mods. People play Starfield.
Well, I was gonna say,
Surprisingly, yeah.
it has mods, but people don't play it.
But they're also not very good mods because all the good modders were like, we're not
gonna try and
waste,
figure this
we're
out.
not gonna waste our time to do this.
Nah, I'm just gonna mod Oblivion again.
I would
At least
really
those mods will
rather-
actually get used.
I would really rather interview Peter Molynwho because I don't know his work that well. I only know Fable, and I would really
What about
like
the
to just be like,
Cube,
someone
dude?
else,
Did you play the Cube?
Oh my God, Eric, do you know what the Cube is?
You mean IQ, intelligence?
No,
cube?
no. Peter Molynwho's the Cube.
All praise the Cube.
This was like an internet thing where Peter Molynwho released a thing.
It was an app.
It was an app. And all it was a cube.
It was a big cube.
Made up of
Multiple layers.
smaller layered cubes. And
Okay.
people all around the world, all you could do was touch the cube and peel away a layer. So
It was so many layers.
yeah, it was so many. I mean, I'm talking like millions of layers. So people are all over the world are
Clicking at
booting up
this
app, clicking it, trying to peel away layers.
And
he
supposedly there's a
promised-
great secret in the middle.
Yeah, it's what he promised. At the very center is a great secret.
So what do you think, knowing Peter Molynwho, anything could be at the middle of this cube? What do you think is in the middle of this cube?
God.
Why'd you say it like Meat Canyon? Patrick put Meat Canyon on the screen when he does God.
All right, well, reveal it. What was in the middle of the cube?
I don't remember. I remember it was that's dude, I'm serious.
Maybe it was God.
Yeah. I remember it wasn't
Future Patrick,
impressive.
show a picture of what was in the middle of the cube.
Patrick, show a picture of what's in the middle of the cube.
Oh my
Pretty sure it
God,
was
the
like a-
legends were true.
I want to say it was like a thank
It's a
you note.
cloaca of a
Like
chicken.
everyone thought it was gonna be a new announcement for a game or something. But it was like a thank you note, from what I remember.
I almost was 100% sure it was going to be a text note saying something. Like, thanks for playing my game.
Curiosity, What's Inside the Cube, was an experimental video game by Peter Molynwho Studio 22 Cans. Originally called Curiosity, the game was later renamed to avoid confusion with the Mars rover. The social experiment ended on 26th of May 2013 and was won by Brian Henderson from Edinburgh, Scotland.
Edinburgh.
The game was met with controversy after the reward ended up being less, quote, life-changing than claimed, and ultimately nearly non-existent due to the commercial failure of Goddess, the video game. Prior to the game's completion, Molynwho regularly described the prize as life-changing, though clarified it would not be a huge mountain of cash or an amazing sports car or Half-Life 3. According to the 22 Cans posted on YouTube, the day that the experiment ended, the Cube awarded Henderson with the role of, quote, God of Gods within 22 Cans' upcoming game, Goddess, and 1% of all of the revenue earned by Goddess. Henderson's role within Goddess would grant him the ability to reign over other players with the ability to, quote, intrinsically decide on the rules that the game is played by.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that sounds like Peter Molynwho promises right there.
Seriously.
Sure does.
That's a Peter promise.
And it also... Damn.
Can we make that a segment on the show?
Copyright, yeah, copyright Peter Promise.
Peter
It's like a
Promises.
rock fact.
That's where you just promise a fuckload of stuff you have no way to deliver
Or like
on.
3 or 4 extra inches. It
Yeah.
works both ways.
Their
Yeah.
old Peter promise.
Yeah, good
The
old,
old
Peter,
promise. Yeah, anything
all
that
made
says it'll
one.
make your dick bigger, that's a Peter promise.
Hey, don't fucking make fun of my rhino pills.
Hey, I mean, has it made your dick bigger?
Like a rhino.
Shut up,
dude.
Eric. Don't make fun of his rhino
Rhinos
pills.
are short and stout.
Will, it's... stop! Will, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Stop, it's all right, it's all right. Calm down,
They're also gray and
Eric,
wrinkly.
shut up! It's okay, Will. Relax.
Your
He
gray,
doesn't mean it.
Your gray wrinkly penis isn't okay.
It's ivory. I'll have you know, like they're horns.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's hard.
He's majestic, okay?
Oh yeah, that's what the rhino pills do.
Well, that's what Viagra does. Why are you
Eric,
killing rhinos?
can we
I don't need
stop
blood
getting-
thinners.
Okay, let's get off the subject. Everything's okay. We're talking about Peter Molynwho and Peter Promises, okay?
Peter
Peter
penis?
Promises. Peter Promises.
Peter promise penis?
Peter Promise, pick a pickle penis.
Can you say that 5 times fast?
No, Peter Promise, pick a
picked a
penis.
pick of pickled penises?
Yeah, Peter Promise, no, I can't.
Peter promise
I can't.
picked a peck of pickled penises.
Peter promise pick a
Yeah, see, you
Peter
can't
promise
do it
picked a
either.
peck of pickled penises?
See,
Peter
that's
Promise
a
picked
Peter
pick of-
problem.
That's a
Peter
Peter.
promise
That's
picked a
a
pickled
Peter
penis.
It is a
problem.
Peter problem. Yeah, Goddess apparently never became a thing and was just like a
What is
flop.
Peter
They just
Molynwho up
never
to
even
now?
made it?
No, they never
Hey,
even made it.
Editor Patrick, I don't know if we're ever gonna get to this. Put up on screen what Peter Molynwho's up to right now. Live stream his living room.
He's just masturbating to like horse porn or something.
Hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's sitting in a mirror, masturbating, looking
Future
at himself.
Patrick,
It's like,
Future
"You're such
Patrick
a
put his
genius."
face on the crucifixion. Just crucify Peter Molyneux. Just another crucifixion joke.
This is a metaphor for the audiences in
Yeah.
a capitalist society.
If you could
like-
put the main like characters of the Fable games next to him,
Yeah, there you go.
that would be.
Yeah.
So you played Fable 1 to get
Yes.
to wrap back around.
Mhm.
That I mean,
What'd you
that's
think
the
of
That was
the
better-
really
mom?
fun.
What'd
Yeah,
you
what did you
think
think
of
of Mom? What did you think of the mom?
Okay. Well, I'll simplify the question.
Yeah, simplify it for me.
Would or wouldn't?
Would.
Yeah, there
Okay,
you go.
that's all we
easy.
needed.
What did you think of the sister?
Would.
She's underage.
After she
Ooh.
gets blind and older.
She was still underage.
She was like 16.
2 or 3 years later.
Yeah, she was 15. She was 15.
3 years later.
Okay,
then.
now. Little caveat. Little caveat.
She was 15 in 2004. She's good now.
Yeah, she's fine now.
Hold on.
It's like we were talking about. We watched the first episode of Pokemon yesterday, and when Misty showed up, I was like, I still just would. I grew up with her. It's different. I don't care. I know she's 12. I don't give a
it's
shit.
It's a crush from when I was 12. So
Yeah,
it doesn't
exactly.
Count. She'd
Can
be
you
my
make
age
your
now.
voice crack?
I guess.
Nah.
Yeah.
Who can best voice crack here?
I mean, like, remind me what a voice cracking sounds like.
Let's see if I
That's
can
where
do
you
it.
try
Hold
and go to a
on. Let me
really
try.
high tone.
Undo that. I don't know.
No, it's
hard.
not. This is good content right here.
You're saying
I
you
really
would
like
cut
the
this
episode
up.
where the guys for 5 minutes just make noises into the microphone, trying to make their
Look,
voices
it's not
crack.
my fault. It's not my fault. None of you guys can speak Helen Keller. Okay,
Yeah.
like you know.
That bit, I don't know. That bit's so funny. It's so funny. I don't give a shit. That bit is still so funny to me. Her
Why- was Helen
transcriptionist
Keller
was
a-
a good writer.
What is Helen Keller? A fucking Tuscan Raider? What was that?
She was a socialist, so basically the same thing.
Yeah, I mean Tuscan
was.
Raiders.
I'll have you
socialists, all
not
the
be
same.
talking about my bitch like that.
Sorry, dude. I don't mean it. You can put
So
away
you
the
just
gun.
randomly take advantage of like severely crippled people.
She was not taken advantage of. She wrote several books. She was a very intelligent
Yeah,
person.
Helen
if she
Keller,
writes
not
a
Anne-
book, she's good to rape. Okay.
We're talking about Helen Keller, not Anne Frank.
Yeah.
Will 2024.
Come on.
He took advantage of Anne Frank. Helen Keller is his wife.
Oh yes, that makes sense. He owns Helen Keller technically.
I mean,
legally
Yeah.
speaking.
Well, you owned Anne Frank back in the
I can't believe you
in the
let her
camps.
get put in the oven, dude.
I can't believe you did that either, dude. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I was
What
baking a
happened-
cake. I got confused.
Patrick, put up the picture of Eric putting Helen Keller Anne Frank into the
I would
oven.
be like a little tiny picture of him like holding like a casserole
She's just a
pan.
little cute. She's got her face
Just
on
put
the
her like
casserole.
smiling face from that picture like in
Patrick,
the
you don't have to
casserole.
do that. That's going to be so much work. That would be so hard to make.
Actually, Patrick, unless you cut this bit out, you do have to do that.
You do.
So
It's
now
true.
you have a choice to make.
Now,
Patrick,
you can
I'll give you a
also-
choice. You can either cut Will's salary or you can make the bit. You guys ever played Metopia?
No, I've never owned a Wii or a Wii U.
it was on
You know
the
what? I played
3DS.
Popsicle Empire. Pop-Tart Empire. Where
I've
you
heard
get-
people refer
Peter
to.
Molyneux Empire?
No, you're a Pop-Tart from the Pop-Tart brand.
Peter Promise
Oh,
Empire.
bro!
And-
Chex Quest all the way. The original Chex Quest for sure.
You run around a map doing little mini games.
You played this? This is real?
This is a school game, yeah.
Okay, cool.
School
like-
shooter game.
It's like
Kind of a little bit different. Chex Quest is more of a school shooter game. Pop-Tart Empire is more of like a school game.
that's
you
the
know?
mainstream, you know.
Chex Quest was the bomb. I'm just saying. As far as Doom,
They
clones are
remade it,
concerned.
you know?
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it's
but I heard the new one's
Of course,
shit.
it's the bomb. I
It's
mean,
still good.
It goes off in a classroom.
You say that? Did you play it?
Uh,
Which is where bombs go.
yeah.
Or if you're in Palestine, hospitals.
Or if you're in
Or
Japan,
children,
Nagasaki.
or Ukrainian children hospitals.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Still a hospital.
Well, I didn't
Bonus
say
points
that.
for children.
I said
but
plus.
Bonus points for us making fun of terrible things that happened in history.
happening right now, bro.
We're
Well,
in,
you don't think history is happening right now?
History has its eyes on.
we surely are asking for that like
you.
11-year-old audience. It's like
We're mature.
where do bombs go? In schools. Very. Whoa.
Hey, look, man, if Dr. Disrespect can build up billions or like millions of subscribers from targeting children, I think we can do the same.
Yes, we
Well,
have to
technically-
victimize the children.
Yeah, technically he also victimized and targeted children afterwards too. I mean, that's
Yeah,
kind of his whole issue
kept
right now.
doing that. I guess that's really the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, guys, how are we going to become famous YouTubers if we don't target children?
Okay, just got to come up with a way to target children.
Well, we already have porn.
I can
All
think
right,
of
that's a pretty good one.
yeah. Sex appeal will
we curse a
immediately
lot,
get
so we got
children
the
who are on
cool
YouTube.
edge.
Okay. Oh, I thought you meant
We're
porn
edgy.
with the kids.
We get investigated.
No, that's later. We
Oh,
don't
okay,
have enough
yeah, we'll do-
subscribers for that.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
not big enough to get past that barrier.
Once we once we get that, you heard it here, folks. Promise from the channel.
You know,
We get a million subscribers. We all start looking at child porn.
guys, go to
and
our
then the FBI can rate
Patreon
us.
tier 5 reward if you subscribe to our Patreon
Do I
tier
have to
5.
cut this out?
A million subscribers.
Can I just bleep
Bro,
all of that?
a million subscribers? That's not us looking at, CP. That's us hanging out at the playground.
Oh,
You know,
he
I'm
didn't
just
want to. You
saying.
hear that? He said CP. He didn't want to
fuck
say
it.
the words. He
Eric,
knew YouTube
Eric
would pick up on
promises
that.
right here to personally have get an Amber Alert to go off if we can get a million subscribers.
Yeah, a million subscribers. That's groomer territory right there.
Goyaba wants to know if Goyaba can join the 100th episode Minecraft play.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, yeah,
100% yes.
Specifically, she says, "I am very shy, but do you think I have the mental capacity to join?"
You can
Absolutely.
speak English, then you've already got enough mental capacity to
speaks
deal with
English.
us. Well,
If
yeah,
you
she's
think-
talking to you in
If you
English.
think you have the mental capacity to join, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But she speaks Portuguese too.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
she speaks Brazilian.
Which is like an offshoot. It's like an
right.
offshoot of Portuguese.
Yeah, it's a little different.
So they're like, it's kind of like a mix of like English and Mexican and Portuguese.
Well, I know Mexican Spanish sounds different from Spanish.
And weirdly enough, there's a little bit of Gaelic in there too. If you like listen hard enough and you like learned in the language,
Well,
like if you went to
I mean, you wouldn't
That
know,
makes sense though, because the Gallic peoples used to
but
live in
Goyaba
that
and
area.
us go way back, so
absolutely.
I mean-
Did you like the picture she sent you guys?
yes.
I'm glad.
I liked when it reminded me of a book I read as a child.
She told me. She told me. She was like, Will started talking about the woman who ate a fly. I was like, oh yeah, that book rules. She said, all she said was specifically, Will said this reminded him of a book that he read as a child. And I said, was it the old woman who ate a fly?
Yes.
And she was like, yeah, it was. I was like, hell
We
yeah.
all read that book, man.
Everybody read that book, dude.
Yeah.
All right, how about Hungry Hungry Caterpillar though?
Damn.
What
that
about
guy
Hungry
wrote
Hungry
Hungers.
Cat and
There's this old woman. Is she fat from the start?
No, she's like an old granny.
Anyway,
from the
she's
start.
an old granny woman, and a fly goes in her mouth and
Yeah.
like down to her stomach, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is the worst. I don't like the flies in my stomach."
Yeah, I'm a skinny little bitch.
Yeah.
My frail bones.
So what she decides to do is eat a horse whole.
No, that's not. She eats a spider to eat the fly.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
and then she eats.
Yeah, she eats a whole
a
ass
frog
like
to eat the
Black
spider.
Widow spider.
Yeah, which is pretty fucking badass. Honestly,
she's a hard ass old lady.
dude. What? How much do you think I'd have to pay we got it. Okay, plan. We get an old lady. We get her on the podcast. We get her to eat a fly. Then we
Yeah,
get
eat
eat her to a spider that eats the fly. Then we get her to eat a frog. That frog that was out in Eric's yard. And her to eat that frog to eat the spider.
Hey, actual idea.
Yeah.
For like the 300th episode.
Okay, it's pretty far in the future. I see.
What
Must be
if-
a big idea.
What if we did a live video of us eating everything from the book?
Oh fuck, dude! How are we gonna eat a horse?
I mean, I'm just wondering how we're going to eat a little person. Wait, no, that's not it. Wait, no, did she eat a little person in their shoes?
She ate like the old lady that lived in a shoe. An old woman who ate an
That's an
old
old
woman
lady
who lived in a
lived
shoe.
in a
What are
shoe.
you doing, Eric? I'm gonna dock
I was
your
trying
pay
to find that fucking picture you guys were telling me
first you
about.
have to accept the friend request from
Yeah,
Goyaba
how-
on Discord.
how about
but you didn't
you,
do that
uh,
first. Give me your phone. I'll accept that and I'll find it for you.
Just fucking, why don't you just go to, did Gobia not send it to you?
Okay.
She did.
Yep. I just
Scroll up.
accepted their friend request.
Eric
there.
just don't get on fucking Discord and he doesn't fucking respond to our channel artist who loves him.
Oh, thank you, Goyaba.
Eric, it's not going to be in your Discord. She has to
He
send it
doesn't
to
know.
you.
Yeah, he doesn't know how Discord works.
Oh.
Eric, you're like a fucking, you're like a
Yeah, he's
boomer
like a grandma.
I swear
I
to
thought it was
God.
on one of the big boards or
Eat
something.
a fucking
No.
fly, you old man.
It's this.
Oh,
There you go.
triple vor.
Yes, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Patrick, put up the triple vor.
I approve of this.
Does this not remind you of the old lady who ate a fly?
Yes. No, now I see it. I see it 100%.
Okay, so like I said, to our international audience, you got this old bitch. She's eating a lot of shit. She ate a fly. She ate a spider. And
sat
then
down beside
she
her.
eats like a dog to eat. Oh no, she eats a cat to eat the spider. Then she eats a dog to eat the
I thought you had a
cat.
frog to eat the spider.
It's
and
a
then
lot
cat to
of
eat
shit
the
that
frog.
she eats.
and then a
Look,
dog
okay,
to
look, I'm gonna
eat the
preface this.
cat.
I'm gonna miss a couple things.
Oh my
she
God,
eats a
dude.
lot of shit. Go read the fucking book.
Yeah.
So she eats a dog, and then she eats like a cow to get the dog, and then she eats a horse to get the cow, and then like she just keeps eating all this shit, and she gets fatter and fatter and fatter, and then eventually she's a whole page of the book, and then I think someone like solar plexes her in the gut.
Do you think that like awakened anything inside anyone?
Oh yes,
It had to have, right?
yes.
I just realized that this file is called anything porn _vor_with_Eric, and Eric spelled with a K at the end.
That's okay. It's a common spelling of my name. It's incorrect, but I'm not offended.
How would you prefer your name to be spelled?
Either or is fine. I mean,
You're
I'm
such
used
a
to
fucking
see.
fence sitter. It upsets me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Like,
don't
hey, do
immediately
your
jump
balls
on
hurt
anything.
with how
Here you
much
go,
you
bro.
sit on that fence?
There was an old lady who swallowed a fly by Kate
That
Toms.
does not look like anything like the book I read.
This is like a newer version, but
God,
yeah,
it looks
is the
so
same.
bad.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, there's a decent chance that all of us.
Yeah, she like
read
would
a
fit.
different
Eventually,
version.
she'd fit the whole page of the book, and then she gets gut punched, and like all of it gets thrown up.
Why'd you gut punch an old woman, Will?
While
Because
she
the
eat a horse.
stupid bitch wouldn't chew.
Yeah, stupid bitch kept eating my horse.
Stupid bitch 𝒉𝒆𝒓. There's your reference.
𝒉𝒆𝒓.
Do you know what this is? So
I know what smegma is, and
Yeah.
I'm a little worried.
So there was a YouTuber who was like, I wonder if I get on Pornhub and I just search for like horrible things, what will come up? And so they
Okay.
searched for stupid bitch, and there was this series of videos called Stupid Bitch 𝒉𝒆𝒓, down on her knees again, smoking long cock, like shit like that. And it was just this series of videos where this like very ugly fat woman, apparently named 𝒉𝒆𝒓, was doing horrible, like terrible things.
Are there any legitimate, like, not done for parody, not done for a gaffe, any legitimate, like, you can go to their blog and see what they thought of porn? Like, I gave it 5 stars. Here's
oh no,
why.
absolutely not. That doesn't exist.
Okay, so do you think that's like a market there? Two,
Can we start this market?
could we get a following?
I would actually be in support of doing one We Watch Anything of like a porn video where it's just us like watching a porn video and just commenting on it the whole
Yeah.
time. Like a
And I don't mean anything weird. I mean like straight up, like, is there fucking like
gotta
can
find the
you
right
review
one.
porn?
sure you could, but we got to find the right one.
Sure.
Also, I mean, the most important part out of all of it will be, does it pass the Bechdel test? But
Yes.
Yeah,
course.
that's
of course. And I think you'll find a lot of that in like the porn parody movies, right?
yeah.
So
Ooh, can we watch the one that has the Bane mask people?
yeah, I'm sure. we
Yeah,
can.
that's a really good. That's
or
a
that one
classic
with the creepy Pikachu lady.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Okay.
love
Eric,
that
do
one.
you have any
I
classics?
love how like the makeup and like the paint like comes off on them, like when they're like sucking the dick and like
Yes.
the yellow paint's
Yes.
coming off onto like the dude's crotch.
It would.
That was
I mean, it had to
hilarious.
be something that's like that nobody has copyright to, though. Like that's Bang Bros, I think, and then the
Oh,
one I
yeah.
said was
Bang
Brazzers.
Bros is vicious in litigation.
Yeah, absolutely. They
Mm.
famously, them and Disney have like their butting heads constantly.
Well, we could go with some of those really high quality computer animated Futanari things.
What about the?
I think the creators of those are so far removed that they'd never be able to find us.
If we find the producers and we email them, it's like, hey, we want to like artistically review your work.
I'm not sure if I'd want to have a sit down conversation with a porn producer.
Oh,
What?
fuck you.
What?
I'd love
yeah,
to.
fuck you.
I'd love to.
Yeah,
They're
I'd-
insane. It would
I would
be.
love
I
to
mean,
get a
that's
porn
great.
producer on here.
The one thing that me and Eric have like just completely not in common is when something like that comes along and somebody's like, "Oh, we should do this." I'm like, "That sounds like an awful idea that would make great content." Eric's like, "That makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to do it." And I'm like, "It makes you uncomfortable, therefore it would make great content."
Yeah.
Not saying I won't do it. I'm just saying.
The show must go on, Eric.
Yeah, fair enough.
I talked to I told Kira about that the other day. She wasn't really in theater that much, but I told her that one of the main ways that any human being who's been in theater like commits themselves to theater and the idea of acting and being in the theater, the one way, like, it doesn't matter what fucking happened. It doesn't matter. If you just go like, well, the show must go on, they'll be like, God fucking damn it, he's fucking right. Fuck, he's right.
Yeah.
And then they'll just
Well,
pace
it's because
around and look pissed.
that is, I guess, not beaten. I'm sure some people get beaten into their heads, but like that is the one thing that that is basically expressed as this is the number one first commandment, most important
It is.
thing.
It really is.
Yeah, you have to finish the show.
Must go on. You
Yeah.
are here to
You got to do it.
entertain.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Or to make them feel something. You're not necessarily here
Just
to
keep
entertain.
smiling.
Yeah, I told Kira the other day about about that, and she was like, "That just seems like minorly abusive." And I was like, "Oh yeah, definitely."
Welcome to
Well,
theater.
I was
I
like,
mean-
absolutely.
It's like, yes, to an extent, but it's also kind of like one of those things where it's like, people are just like, what? They yell at you in boot camp and rough you up?
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
of course they do. And if they didn't, it wouldn't work.
It just reminds you of
Like,
the show must go on
it's-
and remind you of like what's important to you. It's
Yeah.
like it really is just like do you care about the show or not? Like is this important to you or
Yeah.
not? And then you go, fuck, I always wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to,
Yeah.
I
It
want-
is a moment of like, oh man, Joseph did just break his fucking leg out there. Like,
Mhm.
oh my God, he's bleeding all the stage.
because we didn't tell him to break a leg.
But you know what? I'm about to get out there and sing the
Yeah.
34th Street Christmas Carol like my heart depends on it.
I'm sure
Absolutely.
Patrick is familiar with this, but in the theater, we had a term that was like, you don't let people see inside the magic box. Okay, so like the magic box is the theater, right? And we all know that there's, a sound system, lighting, curtains, props, set dressing, and all that kind of stuff. But you don't show everyone the back of the boulder that has like the wood planks sticking out of it and stuff, and like the little
Yeah.
handles on it so that we can wheel it on and off stage. That's the magic box.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as magic. Okay.
I'm
But that's
sorry,
the
Eric,
trick.
Can I introduce you to my dick?
You're right. I have never seen something exist that small before. Like,
Pretty magical.
it is magical. It is definitely miraculous that it hasn't just shriveled up and fallen off.
Now watch this. Alakazam!
Oh,
my
God.
That was like watching 9/11 reverse.
That's what rhino pills do for you.
Oh my god.
Okay,
see?
well,
all right.
all
yeah.
right. Yep, I'm
See,
on
this
board
is why
now.
I was yelling
Look,
at you.
this is all we gotta do is kill more rhinos.
I've heard of
Take their horns.
grower, not a shower, but god damn.
All we gotta do is take some rhino horns.
My man is
a little bit of
swinging
ivory, we're good.
dong over here.
Black rhinos specifically, mostly because the more extinct they are, the better.
Kind of narrows it down, makes them more potent the less of them there are.
Yeah.
That's the magic. Remember?
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
he said that was the magic. That's the magic. The magic is the less
yeah.
there are, the more powerful it is.
No, just like any other magic trick, if you already know how it works, then it's not as impressive anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you're just a big fan of the stagecraft of it all. But yeah, no, in theater, you always keep the ship going and you never admit that you made a mistake
Did
on
you
stage.
ever tell somebody
Yeah.
to break a leg, but you didn't mean it in that cheeky fucking, I'll go out there and have a good time? You were like, I hope you actually, like you said, hey, go break a leg, but you were like, I really hope
It does
you
have
fucking
that.
break a leg.
It does have that like second je ne sais quoi to it, where you can like if you're just like pissed and you hate them, you can like break a leg. you know, like,
No, really.
yeah.
Really break a leg.
Really break a leg. I seriously do,
I
and
just
it'll make you feel a
wish
lot better.
You would have
It does.
a lot of pain.
Did
in
you
your
did I ever
life.
tell you the girl that was playing Jasmine in the Aladdin play that I was in?
Yeah, she hated you.
We hated each other.
Yes,
we
you
hated
both
each
did.
other during the
Mhm.
whole kiss scene. We had to cup. I had to because she didn't want to kiss me, obviously. So the director was like, "All right, just cup your hand over your mouths, and then we'll make it look like you kissed." And so I did, and we would hold our faces a little bit apart from each other, and we would whisper how much we hated each other to each other on stage. That was like what happened during that scene. And
I believe it.
I really wish that like the mics had just been hot for one of those bits. it was literally just like, bitch. It was mostly like, your face is really fucking ugly. Yeah, well, you're a faggot. Your teeth are crooked, and I hope you fucking die. Like it was just shit like that, just repeatedly every night.
Yep. I still joke about that, to this day, about how Jafar and Iago ended up being in a long-term relationship, and Aladdin and Jasmine wouldn't have spit on each other if they were on fire.
Yeah, it's
Like
true.
that.
It's true. It was quite a. I would have fucked her though. To be perfectly honest,
She was cute.
I didn't need her to be cute. I just needed her to be feisty, and she was hella feisty.
She was that.
She was one. You ever just want to like, just pin somebody
You wanted to
down
hate
and
fuck
just
her.
yeah. You just ever want to just like pin somebody down whether they say yes or not, and just like give it to them.
That's called
on the
rape,
record.
but
No.
no.
What? No, No, I mean like just you hold them down like physically.
And
with,
they're
like, with your hands.
screaming, no,
Yeah,
no, I don't want it.
No. That's right. And you just like you're holding their like wrists or something above
Right,
their
and you
head.
gotta like cut their clothes off, maybe.
You like use your knees to like spread their legs apart, and then
Yeah, no, I can't.
they like bite you once or twice to like try to really make you stop, but you're like way too strong,
Well, damn,
and they can't really do anything about it.
You're just viscerally describing a rape scene.
I can't say I've had that fantasy, but maybe you turned me on to something.
Hey, I mean,
Those wrists look pretty holdable, Will. I'm just saying. Like, that's,
Hey, you know those videos of the cosplayers who are like, I tried to do the wall thing, but I'm too short.
Kabedon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kabedon is that's real.
Yeah.
Ain't that real? That's so real.
It
like,
is.
It's very attractive. I've had a couple of men do that to me, and I was like, huh, what are we doing over here? Okay. Hello.
Okay, I'm not familiar with this. What's the wall?
So
Kabedon.
imagine you like have a wall back into your back, and then
Okay.
someone's like they step up to you, and then they lean
Patrick,
in,
put up a
you
picture
lean
of
back,
Kabedon.
and then they just put their hand out.
Oh,
You've seen it in a million
okay.
things.
I thought the person against the wall was putting their hand out.
No. Kabedon is like an aggressive, masculine,
Okay.
power move where they put their hand over your head and really like show you their chest.
Okay, you guys were making that sound really confusing a second ago. I know exactly what this is.
Because
Okay.
You made it sound like I, as the person against the wall, was putting my hand out to like someone who was coming at me, and I was just like, that
No, that's
seems
more of a
like
rape.
please don't rape
That's
me.
the rape. We were at that earlier. This
Yeah.
is an
That's
entirely
where we're
different
at.
thing.
How fast would you have to shake somebody for
To
their
make the brain shake?
no to make their brain boil? No, shake. I guess.
Boil?
Pretty hard. Pretty
Yeah,
hard.
pretty hard. I don't know. We're putting 2,000 G's, something like that. Like they're just at some point you're
What temperature does
rubbing
your
the
brain,
atoms together.
What temperature does your brain goo boil?
It's
108.
mostly water,
Nah.
so it would be
108
the boiling
degrees.
point of
Really?
water. Yeah.
Well, no, it's 100 degrees for water, and you're sitting at like 90 something constantly.
No,
Your
that's
brain
not
starts
100
cooking.
degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
100 degrees Fahrenheit is not the boiling point of water.
No, it's not. But your brain starts cooking at 104, and then at 108, it's like really cooking. Like 108 is like you are dying.
Yeah, you would die long before
I've
any
had a temperature of
boiling
like
would start.
107.
Yeah, me too.
You almost died.
Yeah. Both of us. Have you never had one of those, Eric?
Not that I remember. I think
Oh,
in living memory, I've only gotten to about like 104.
I got I only remember one part, and I only remember one part because it was very traumatic. I had a
Understandable.
yeah, I got up to 108, and my dad, as a like emergency maneuver, filled our bathtub with hot water or cold water and ice, and then got in the bathtub with me, like just holding me close to him because he knew that I would freeze. I was like 4, you
Yeah.
know, like I was very tiny,
Mhm.
so I was tiny enough where he could just like hold me. And then I remember crying and screaming and him being like, it's okay, you know, and it hurt like
Yeah.
all over, like I was on fire
Mm-hmm.
because my body was cooling down at an insanely rapid rate.
Yeah, so like
Right.
for me, the way my parents discovered it was like they had some friends over at the time, and I was just, I guess, feeling really ill.
They were
So I
all
was-
smoking crack and weed in the other room.
Yeah.
And
I-
No, that's
you know.
typical. That's
And-
every parent.
You know,
That's not
I was just laying
special
in
for the
bed,
night.
freezing for whatever reason. I was just so cold. And I was like, this blanket isn't enough. So I left and I grabbed my sister's, like every bit of blanket my sister had.
Yeah.
And like,
In the house.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like covered up in that. And I was like, this isn't working. So I went to my parents' room and got all of their blankets and put that on. And like when I came through with my parents' blanket, they were like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm cold. And like, I think a couple more minutes passed where they realized he's been taking a lot of blankets into the room. Like my mom walks in and I've have like a blanket stack just like high. It's, I don't know how to like,
child's like concept of like how to warm yourself up.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like, I
yeah.
will get every blanket, obviously.
yeah.
Like,
And I
I'm
just had,
guessing the fever was making, you know, your internal temperature warm, making it seem like the external temperature was way too cold.
must be, but
yeah,
like,
that
I don't
his
know what
brain
caused
was
it.
probably He was feverish, so he was just delusional and being like, maybe
Mhm.
maybe if more blankets, maybe.
And yeah, I was just sitting
Why'd
there
I say that like a
like,
Jew.
I was just
More
sitting
blankets, maybe.
More blankets,
Hey, you
maybe.
need some more blankets, $2.99.
Oh, there you go.
Uh,
What are you, Meshuggah?
But yeah, I just remember still shaking, all those blankets being on me.
Mm-hmm.
And, but yeah, eventually,
You were sick.
what's strange about it is like there's not a lot of like other than like put a rag on you and cool you down. There's not a lot a hospital can do.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah. Like,
if they had taken me to the hospital, I mean, the most they would have done would have been to put me in an ice bath, like same deal. You know,
Yeah.
they would have been like, well, fill a fucking bowl full of water and ice. And
So, fun enough,
ironically, most over-the-counter painkillers are also fever reducers. So
it's true.
Tylenol, for once, would actually do you good.
funnily enough, it's actually not recommended to do ice water. It's recommended to do lukewarm water because, like you said, ice might put you in shock because of how rapidly
Oh, it definitely did. Trust me. I remember.
it decelerates your temperature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
What's the coldest you've ever been?
Oof.
I don't know. I guess like in the digits.
I fell in
In like the first single digits.
I fell in a lake one time out in the snow, and that
Oof.
was the coldest I've ever been.
I want to say like 10 degrees maybe.
Yeah, I mean, my whole body was wet, and I was out in blizzard, just snow. Because I, as a dumbass child, was like, I can walk on this lake. It'll cool. It'll just be like Balto.
Did you become a snowman? Like
I became a popsicle actually,
in
they had to take me inside, and then they had a chisel, and they
give you chicken Campbell soup, and it made you all better.
yeah, dude.
And then Ronald McDonald's visited him while he was making a snowman.
Yeah, it was actually
No.
pretty powerful. The Hamburglar came and he stole our burgers, but we got that son of a bitch. We shot him a couple of times actually. Ronald handed me a small firearm, and we took care of that.
Yeah. Hey, you guys
and then
ever?
him and the Hamburglar brought you to the back of a van where Grimace was waiting, and they said, good little boys,
Good little boys eat the
You know.
patty raw.
say put the meat
I don't
in your
remember
mouth,
that part.
Patrick.
I don't remember that part. Was it?
That's because
Maybe
you
that.
were,
I don't know. Maybe that just.
I mean, that's
happened.
because you were a
Maybe
little
if I
under,
go
and
put
me and
my-
Eric were in the Hamburglar and
Yeah, I was about to say,
Grimace
maybe if I go
suits.
put my Grimace suit back on, we'll unlock those memories.
You come in and a Grimace are like,
all the repressed stuff comes out.
dude,
You see Will get up, takes his shirt off. He's got a black striped shirt underneath. He puts the little mask over his eyes.
I had I don't really mind talking about this kind of shit because I feel like this happens to everybody and then nobody talks about it, so it's like a thing you have to talk about. I had a situation like that recently.
Recently?
Yeah, recently. And I mean last week.
Grimace tried to rape you
yeah,
recently?
that's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
Interesting.
I was really drunk. And I was with
okay.
my wife, and we were laying in bed, and she started questioning me about my childhood and about when I was raped. And then I was so uncomfortable. I was sitting there recalling it to her, and then pounding my fists to my side, uncomfortable. And I feel like nobody, people go through their whole lives not looking at shit like that and then facing the uncomfortable nature of their childhoods when they go through trauma.
Yeah.
But
Personally, while I think you should face your traumas and try to get over them the best you can, I disagree with the idea that you have to share it with anybody.
sure, I share it with people because I feel like if I want to be a podcaster or a public figure or somebody who speaks to people, then I want them to know that if they went through something similar, then they're not alone. Same way that you might write music and then be like, oh, well, I write these music so that other people will feel the feeling that I'm feeling and then know that they're not alone too.
That's fair. I've always looked at it as no one but me can understand what I'm thinking. So there isn't.
That's
To
a
me,
dangerous way to look at the world.
No, to me, there's no point in sharing something that deeply traumatic. If I have anything deeply traumatic, there's no point in sharing it because you would never be able to understand my feelings or thoughts about it. Because you're not me. You haven't done what I've done. You haven't seen the things I've seen. You haven't gone through what I've gone through.
What if you got raped by the same guy?
I still think that you wouldn't be able to.
What if it was two guys dressed as the Hamburglar and Grimace?
Well, now you're bringing something up.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
But I just think
there's some camaraderie in it.
I mean, I'm not going to deny that, surely, but I just don't. For me, at least, it's not useful to me to know other people went through this. I guess it's more useful to me to be able to have the strength to face it.
Oh yeah, to do it by myself. I was saying that the whole time. I was like, I don't really want to talk about this, but if you want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Because Kira was curious. She wanted to know what happened to me and get the actual logistics of it. And I was like, I don't like talking about this, obviously, because I don't talk about it like flatly and plainly in front of people.
Yes, that's fair.
But like, I don't like talking about it. But if you want to know, I'll tell you. So it's just one of those things. It's like, if somebody were to be like, I was raped, it gives me strength to know that you also went through something and then you accomplished something with your life. I feel like that about other people who are like famous people who were raped, to look at that and then be like, well, they can make something of themselves. And that gives me the power that you're talking about, where it's like, I have the power to get through this. Knowing that other people went through it too makes it seem like, oh, I can do. There's nothing to hold me back.
You can be like, well, if others can do it, I mean.
And I'm an accomplished human being, like, as far as like an adult.
Yeah, we have 30 people who watch this.
Exactly, of course. I make a salary, I hold a job, and like I have like being raped never held me back.
Mm-hmm.
It's uncomfortable to think about, or like it's not uncomfortable to think about. It's uncomfortable to recall in detail.
Yeah,
it's not uncomfortable to think about, but I'm not gonna let that shit I'm not gonna let it bother me. You know?
Yeah, that's good. I mean.
Now, Eric, tell me about when you were raped.
In fact, if we start thinking about it,
I was just only ever, neglected more than anything else. So I got less attention. You got more attention.
Yeah, I got special attention. Thank you very much.
Closest I ever got was one time a pedophile came to our church.
Oh yeah, you told me about this
yes,
guy.
I remember this.
He tried to get like a bunch of kids to go to his house for like fishing or something like that.
And how many went?
And no one, like, because he was a weird guy, so everyone was like, you're throwing up a lot of red flags. And then it came out later, he was like a local pedophile, basically.
Yeah.
And so nothing happened, thankfully. But
a local pedophile in the town you grew up in, that's like...
It's like the local shoemaker.
I guess I don't know if he was local.
There's the local shoemaker. There's the bakery.
I
feel like
there's the local pedophile.
I think everyone has their local pedophile.
The town pedophile is basically what
I feel like if you
telling
know they're a pedophile, you should kill them.
Yeah.
Well, I was not an adult.
He was
at
6.
The time.
He was
Where were you for those other children?
Yeah, Will.
Right.
What the fuck?
Every child that man raped is your fault.
Being an innocent 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was your job, man. You were there. You figured it out,
right.
and you kept it to yourself.
Like every other school aged kid, I should have gotten my dad's gun.
That's right. That's right. Like
You
every school aged kid.
selfishly just sat in your corner playing with your blocks.
Actually,
You could have been the first
other
church
kids were-
shooter.
Credit to my dad. He always kept the guns locked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My dad too.
He
My
kept
dad
it
Apparently,
safe.
your dad wants to keep bullets out of pedophiles' heads.
He's
And
right,
I think your dad needs to do a real evaluation of his life.
your dad's registered to vote Democrat. I hate to tell you.
He's so not. I wish. I wish.
The look you gave me, like, no, absolutely not. Just fucking, nope, not at all.
I can't even play that for a bit.
Yeah,
I mean, his dad's the white one,
Yeah, I know. His dad's white, so it can't be Democrat. Jesus. Have you seen what the Democrats want to do to people like him?
Well, yeah, I want to chop his penis off, make him black and trans.
Yeah. And make him Jewish. Don't forget to make him Jewish.
That's what happened to that shooter. Trump, when he was president, had that guy's penis chopped off and made him trans.
That's why he was up there, dude. He shot Trump. He was like,
That's why he had the long hair.
oh my God, you're right. He had just gotten off of HRT.
Oh my God, that poor woman / man.
That poor it. Just
Them guys, we don't know.
I know it is not okay.
Pronouns.
They don't like it.
Yeah, they don't like it. That's dehumanizing.
Yeah,
that's for clowns.
They really don't like that.
Yeah, they prefer like they them.
If you're not sure they them is safer one, or just say like yo and just don't specify a pronoun or something.
Hey yo.
I mean, yeah, that'll work.
Hey yo, you got some.
If I'm ever wondering about somebody who looks a little alternative or whatever, I'll just say, hey, you
like Hank Hill.
Alternative. So
Hey,
like you'll go to
you.
email. You go to like a goth girl and you're like, hey you.
Hey, you.
nah. Then I just grab him right by the pussy.
Hell
No, I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
I love that. I've
Patrick,
seen.
what up, Meat Canyon?
I saw a picture of
big
like
titty goth girlfriend.
this
Grab
guy
him
at some
right by
like
the
club or
pussy.
whatever, and
Oh,
the back of his shirt read
hell
like,
yeah.
"I'm very vulnerable right now. If any goth girls want to take advantage," and then right next to him is some goth bitch like right
Hell yeah.
behind him.
That rules.
I know. I need that T-shirt.
We should really get you. Next time, can I do this? Can I buy a t-shirt? Don't laugh before I'm even giving you the concept. You just saw me get excited and you're immediately laughing at me.
I like when you get excited.
All right. Can I get you a shirt that just says, I'm really vulnerable right now and I need somebody to love? And then can we go to a bar together?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you can, buddy.
That would only be like $20. I could do that. I'll buy you your first drink as like a treat. I'm really vulnerable right now and I need somebody to love.
That'll do it.
Yeah. It's so dark. It's so dark.
But yet, not untrue.
No, I mean, you've got plenty of people who love you, Will.
It's true.
And plenty who would do more things with you. You know, if only you would ask a friend, maybe somebody close.
I know, but
who you
who
talk to regularly.
You know, maybe someone in this room,
Maybe somebody with some real deep roots.
like Kira.
Oh, I could ask Kira.
Yeah.
You're right.
Why isn't she? Why? She just left the room. Damn. She walked out the moment you said that. That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, Reed.
Ah,
There
you could
it
have
is.
fucked Reed. You
I don't
lived with Reed for years.
I don't think Reed would be into it.
I'm just saying, you could have done it. No one would have been the wiser. You could have been down there plowing his ass for
True.
years.
True.
And I bet your mother would have been like, I knew it.
just throw a sedative into his drink. Wait till
Dude,
he
I
falls
swear to
asleep.
God.
and
The reverse
clap them
Cosby.
cheeks.
I swear
No,
to God,
that's a normal Cosby.
if I just came in one day with like dating another man, my mom would absolutely be like, I knew it.
Oh my God, that's so fucked.
Damn.
My dad walked in on me with another man in the bed, and he said, "Hey, I think you should probably sleep in another room." And that was the most I ever got. Man, the other man was on top of me. We were in our boxers, and I was covered in like scratch marks and hickeys.
Did you have cum in your butt?
No, not yet. No, we were getting to that. we were getting to that. You knew him. You knew him by name.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo.
You did.
Yeah, Johnny
Oh.
Bravo.
You made a YouTube video with him one time. Yeah. Yeah, that gets you thinking, doesn't it? Now, what guy would you know who had black hair, who was slightly alternative goth guy, who was in your grade?
Johnny
Wait.
Bravo.
That's right.
Hold on.
Oh, mama.
Now, obviously, censor this if it's correct. Was it that Jacob guy?
No, it was.
It was?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Apparently, you did see it.
I did. It was
Um,
tiny, but I saw it.
I can see that. He had a lot of pent-up rage.
You sure did. You sure did. I
Yeah,
got the
see,
brunt of it. It was
yeah.
great. But my dad walked in on that, and my dad was like, maybe you should sleep in another room. And crawled off of me like defeated. It was like, yes, sir. Just went across the hall and slept in the other room.
You know, he lived with me for like a couple of years, right?
Did he really?
Or not even
Did he
a couple
try to fuck
years,
you?
but like a couple months, I guess.
Actually,
no.
you're not his type.
Just doing a bit of wrestling, Dad.
Yeah, just wrestling just a little bit of, horseplay.
I mean, we would.
Covered in hickeys.
He's a
with an
biter.
erection.
I mean, we would like make gay jokes plenty, like you know.
Oh yeah, I mean he was gay as hell. I don't doubt that.
I thought he had ex-girlfriends and
He
stuff.
did.
Was
I mean he was
bi?
bisexual. He was bisexual.
Okay.
He just really.
Once again, Eric cannot accept that bisexuals are gay.
Yeah, I know. It's been a real problem
Like
with
they're
you,
just
Eric.
bi, aren't they? That's
No,
just a
I'm-
different thing.
That's not actually Eric,
I got a question.
and that's a problem.
Is gay the umbrella term now, or
Queer is the umbrella term.
queer is the umbrella term?
Queer is the umbrella
Okay.
term,
Oh, I think
and
they just
generally
call it
I'm
the queer
doing
flag.
my best to start referring to myself as queer.
We're just being strange.
Yeah, well, I started
Like-
referring to myself as gay, like as like a like a catch-all term, and then everybody got upset with me and was like, don't call yourself gay. You're not gay. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not gay, fine. But in Mississippi, I might as well be gay.
Yeah,
You know?
because Mississippians don't differentiate between any of that.
No, they're just like, you're either straight or you're gay, and if I'm gonna be one of them, then I'm gay.
That's how I've always like heard people basically when they say gay, they're using it as an umbrella term for LGBT as a whole.
When I
Yeah.
say gay, I mean
Stupid and dumb.
cisgendered person who still identifies as what they were born as, who is attracted to people of the same sex and gender.
When I say gay, I mean it as a slur.
That's it.
A derogatory slur
I say
against people who are sleeping with the same gender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I always call you a when we walk in.
Give me a kiss.
Yeah,
Will.
I mean-
Mwah.
That's good.
I mean, to
hold,
be
shut up,
fair-
Eric. Hold on. One more.
Stop holding my head. Don't hold my head.
Sorry.
That's kind of hot.
You want a kiss?
Could do a little bit.
Just don't hold your head. No.
Oh yeah, hold, grab. Oh man. Oh, that was a little more intense than I thought.
Oh, you taste like liquor.
That's reasonable.
Oh, he tastes so good. Will, you want to taste?
You want to get in on this,
I don't
buddy?
want it held again.
Hold him down.
Hold him down.